What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kyrie,
And it's your boy Hammy.
and welcome to another wonderful episode of What's the
The
Point?
point.
Oh my
What are we
God, how are
doing
you
today,
doing?
friend? What are we doing?
We are just kicking it today. Right now, we don't have anything initially going on, so we're just gonna throw out some questions. Each one of us has something that we're gonna put to each other, and hopefully, we will give the audience a little bit more insight into who we are. Just kind of kicking it, honestly, because no topics were thought of. So let's bring in our wonderful producers. Hear me out. You do that.
All right, y'all. We got Carnage and Shazam holding it down for us. Yeah, business.
Yay!
Hola, hola.
How
What
you
up,
guys
bro?
feeling?
Yeah. So today we're just um we I asked everybody to pick a question, and we're gonna discuss whatever the question is. Maybe give you Kyrie said, give you some insight into who we are. Don't be afraid to comment and give us your opinions. Um, when you're watching the episode, let us know your thoughts on whatever we're discussing today. Kyrie, you want to kick it off?
Actually, I was gonna let you
I
lead
already
this time
passed it to
because
you.
right, but see, I my question or my topic rather, it's a little in depth, and y'all know I can talk. So,
You
do
gonna
you
do that with
want to?
every question we ask, though.
Right. So consider me being
You,
respectful
you
towards.
might as well get it out the way.
Okay, fine.
Right.
If
Just
y'all
get.
want to give a girl the stage, honey, I'll take it. Okay. Yeah. So, um, during this past week, I came across a video on Instagram that just kind of had me thinking, and it was under the question, "Can black men be bisexual?" Now, in this topic, there was a young lady that was stating that in her mind, black men are only straight or gay. You cannot like both. And that to me, I just feel like that the ignorance that she displayed in that was something that is just it's all throughout our community and something that bothers me. It's not every woman, but there are a lot of women that perpetuate this whole thing of, black men cannot, you know, be feminine, or black men can't be soft, or black men, if they are bisexual, they are cheaters, or things like that. So it was something that I posed into our group that I wanted to get opinions and feedback on. She used terms like she couldn't imagine a man being bent over. Why did that have to be something you have to imagine? Like, the whole thing is that you just think about the sexual part. And a lot of people do that when it comes to sexuality. I get that. But that's none of your business. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not in that scenario. And I understand that it's not something that you find ideal. Okay, you can find a man that is 100% heterosexual, but you don't have to downplay, dog walk, or talk in a bad light about bisexual men simply because you feel a certain way about them. And this is an
Right.
ongoing
Hold on, share. Let
thing.
me let me do this. I do have the clip. How about we share the clip first, and then we get into it.
Well, if you want to share the clip and cut me off, that's fine. Go right ahead.
Wait, what? What do you say to Cole?
Ah, Cole, kick it. Oh, I'm gonna use that motherfucker. Goddamn it.
Do you think that it's possible for men to be attracted to men and women?
I think bisexual men are cool.
Nah.
Why not?
Like, I know I'm super biased with this because obviously, but I just feel like niggas either gay or straight, especially black men. And this is so bad because I know y'all have to go through so much and y'all just so limited in what you're allowed to do in your mindset and what the world thinks it's acceptable for you. But that's the world that I want to live in.
I told you women are the most homophobic.
We are. No, we are.
It's not the men, it's the women, because we are the one that makes y'all feel that way.
I feel like black men, y'all are at the top of the mountain. When I see perfection, I'm like, I can't see you bent over.
Is it masculinity?
It's not even masculine. I just think black men are the best.
But why can't they be the best for each other too?
I think less of white men. I don't care what you do.
So you like to live in your delusional
I
bubble?
do.
That's fine.
Let me reside there.
Do you?
I live for the delusional bubble of it
And
all.
that's the thing. At least she admits it. At least she admits it. But that to me is the problem. is that women do not, or that particular type of woman, excuse me, they don't want to understand that these type of men exist in this world. We have two sitting in front of us, I believe. Or Shazam, are you pansexual, demisexual? Are you for everybody, or what is you? I don't know. Are you a goat? What are you? I don't know what you are. We
Everybody.
know, right? We know that
Let's talk
Carnage
about
is
it. Cash out.
right. We know that cash.
I'm definitely a goat. So yeah,
We
but
know that
I'm
Carnage
demisexual.
is, and yeah. So from y'all perspective, how do y'all feel about this?
So I just want to point out a couple things that just triggered me when she said like black men are better than white men. She holds them to a different standard. I
That's
feel
true.
like hold everybody to the same standard.
Same, yeah,
But I don't think I can kind of see how where the one lady was like kind of women perpetuated because you do, and it's not that men don't, but I could see like a lot of women will say like, "Oh, if he been with a man once, he gay. I'm not effing with
exactly.
him." And although you could have a lot of men say that too, not that they're going to f with him, but they could say if you've been with a man once, you're gay. And I think that some people can just experiment because of curiosity. You try it once and realize it's not for you, or you try it and say, "Oh, I'm swinging both sides of the fence." But I think it's all an individual thing. And I think maybe because of the community we are in, we may look at it less judgmental as maybe a straight person does. But
Mhm.
um, I just think she was talking out of the back, her ass. Like for me, like, but she admitted it. She said, "Let me live in my delusional bubble," and I'm okay with that. And I think that's what makes the world go around. Lots of different opinions. If everybody thought the same, it would be a boring, boring place. So she's entitled to her opinion, but I'm entitled to say, sit down somewhere.
Okay.
Um, I want to get I want to get y'all's opinions before I have cause I have a follow up question to what I was just saying. So I want you both to kind of give me a little bit of y'all experience. But so I'll just throw it in there. Do you find women are more homophobic than men? So
Well, yeah. It's kind of different lanes though, but they're more accepting and social graces as far as men are concerned, as far as gay men or whatever. But in dealing with us on a relationship or sexual level, I find them to be more homophobic for sure. Um, that being said, I've kind of gotten that on both sides, to be honest. But yeah, I've come in contact with a lot of women that said that if I found out that you've been with a man, then I don't want to be with you. And it's pretty much been static across all my experiences. So it's like I don't even talk about it, don't even mention it. Honestly, I don't even entertain even going on that side of the fence. But whenever it's been introduced, or they find out that I've been with somebody, or I was previously married and have kids and all this kind of shit, it's like I don't know if I could have did that because see, look what happened. You see, I don't know. See, that's why I'm never gonna go there. So there's always some prejudice involved when it comes to dealing with women when that topic comes up. You either feel like you're going around fucking everything in sight, or you feel like you're gonna bring something home to them. It's never the case of it's a situation by situation thing, which is usually what it is with us. Um, it's not the whole, at least for me, I can say that. Because for me, it's not just sexually a attraction. It's like I have to have a connection with you. So I'm not going to go out spreading out and just fucking everything in sight. So for you to put that on me instantly is just some bullshit. So yeah.
Carnage, what you got?
Um, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Um, I feel you know me. I feel it's equal on all aspects as far as everything is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is no different. Um, I feel it's people who say they it's for everybody that say every if for every female that says they are not going to fuck with you because you did XYZ, it's a bunch of females who would fuck with
And that's also a good point too. Yeah.
you. You know, I feel it's on a case by case basis on as far as who's more homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
that's what.
found. Oh, I'm gonna cut you off.
You consider yourself bisexual, right?
Yeah.
So what is your experience from like a percentage? Would you say like dealing with the women that you've dealt with? Like, have you told them that you're bisexual, or do you keep that to yourself when you deal with them? Or
Um. So when I first started, I wasn't telling them. Uh. Um. I no. I basically wasn't telling them until my baby mother called me.
how did
Um.
that go?
No. No. It wasn't. It wasn't nothing like she came home or something. She just
No, I mean, like, what was her reaction to knowing that you deal with men? Was it
um it was like the normal, oh, I can't stand you, you know what I'm saying?
yeah?
But my brother was talking to her, and she was like, and he was talking to her, and she was like, he was like, keep it real. Had you known that, you know what I'm saying, would you have still fuck with him? And she was like, yeah, but you gotta let me know. So, you know what I'm saying, like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, like,
It
it,
does. It can depend on the girl.
Allegedly.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you feel like? Did you feel like that would have been true for her if you
Right.
had just said it up front? Like, "Woo, the men's this." You think she would
uh,
have been like, "It's okay."
Right.
um, I don't know because she was trying to fuck my brother, so I don't
Mm,
know.
well, the
I
things you
think it's
learn
about
on the
both of them.
podcast.
So classy.
Oh Lord. We all knew she was trying to fuck her, him. So yeah. She was just she came out to be that girl. So
Mm.
Well, she was that girl from the start. She was that girl from the start, from what you told me. But anywho, I'm not gonna do that. But okay, so
you just
here's
did.
Right.
did I
Right.
did I girl?
He's a spoiler alert. He ruins everything.
Um,
Be warned.
child, please, whatever.
Okay.
Did you had something you wanted to put out there,
Yeah.
Kyrie, right?
What? What happened?
You said like I'll hold my thoughts. What do you guys think? And you like you were gonna say something else about this.
Oh, that's what I was
Are
getting
we
to
moving
before
on?
the
Are
yeah
we moving
before the
on?
stupid thing. Yeah, with the yeah. No. So my thoughts are on this are very simple. It is just a product of like it's a trifecta: the church, the black community, and well, I want to say black community and black women. Some, not all, because and I don't want to generalize. I just like these are the reasons why black men both are DL and why they have a negative stereotype about being bi. It's because you're taught that one, you have to like one or the other. Two, being gay or anything other than straight is wrong. And three, you're always taught that you're going to hell if you love a man. So it just fucking sucks that excuse me, indigestion. Oh my god. It just fucking sucks that you keep continually dealing with this level of ignorance over and over and over and over when none of it has to exist. And these constant constraints that keep being put on black men are so frustrating. Black men are the only dynamic, not dynamic. What's the word? Uh, diagram. I
Oh,
Ooh,
um,
what's the word? Group of people.
demographic.
Infinite demographic. Thank you. Black men seem like the only demographic that are not allowed to experience joy. We are not allowed to experience anything other than making a paycheck, anger, and sadness. And that is so draining. And black men have so much more to offer. And it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, but even if you are a gay black male or a bisexual black male, you have to hide it and feel like these parts of you are to be ashamed of. And you don't. They just make more of wonderful who you are. And I just get tired of seeing us as black men get pummeled with so many things that we cannot be and so many things that we have to be. And I don't like it. I just it bothers the fuck out of me because I can be so much more than a God fearing man. I can be so much more than a father. I can be so much more than a husband. I can be so much more than those things that seem like it's all we are allowed to fucking be. And mm, like I want more for us. I want more for us. That's all. I don't want to sound preachy. I don't want to go on a large rant, but that's kind of just how I feel about it. When I hear women make those types of uneducated opinions, thank God there's another woman beside her to want to educate her. And so, that's not the case. That's not cool. And like she said, why can't a black man love another black man? That didn't come out right. That was what you call a Freudian slip. Um,
Mm,
but
Well,
no, seriously though, to what she said, that did strike a chord with me. Why can't a black man love another black man? Black men are great. We have a lot to offer. Like you want a black man just to really be a provider and just raise kids or just make babies. Like we can do so much. We can be so much. And I just get tired of black men always getting put in that same box when we are so much more. Uh, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Okay.
all right, let me knock you off. So, I truly appreciate everyone's thoughts, and I'm gonna just kind of
Yeah.
segue into my question for this
Yeah, I think yours
episode.
does kind of walk with
Yeah,
this.
my question kind of can piggyback off of what we just talked about. So, my question to the group,
Adjusting my blanket, excuse me.
my fellow podcasters, are I can't are is do you think sexuality is a choice?
No.
Okay, would you like to expound on that, Kyrie?
How much time do you have?
We'll stop you if we need to.
I believe that sexuality is fluid. I do not believe sexuality is a choice. I don't believe that it's something that you pick up and put down. Especially what I've always said when it comes to being gay is who would choose this type of life to live a life of being constantly rejected by people, constantly questioned, constantly assumed that you are something that you're not. And by that, I mean the whole PT3O thing. Like, that is probably the most irritating, annoying, and frustrating things in the fucking world to me. Like, this life is not a choice. This life is who you are. Your sexuality is a part of who you are. And again, going back to my previous statements, they flow right together because of the way we are raised and brought up as black men. We are taught to hide our sexuality and fucking be afraid of the shit. It is not a choice. It is not. You are born the way that you are. Some people realize certain things about their sexuality later in life, and that happens. That's cool. But you cannot walk around and just ignore that sexuality is a fluid thing. You know what I mean? You like what you like. You can try different things, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. But there's nothing wrong with being curious about those things. I was curious about pussy for a long motherfucking time. Okay? Have I tried it? Well, I was involved in a threesome with a woman and I ate her pussy, but I didn't fuck her. But eating her pussy was enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that, like, I was gay going into it and I was gay coming out of it. So trust and believe, it wasn't like you know, a switching thing. But I was curious about the experience because I had never done it. And it was fun. It was cute. Do I need to do it again? Hell no. But I was curious about that. Like, I do find some women attractive, but I don't find them attractive enough to actually want to have sex with them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe that you choose your sexuality. Your sexuality is something that is ingrained in who you are. You discover it throughout life, but I don't think you choose. I think you choose to acknowledge it, which can be a detriment to you. You know what I'm saying? Because just like when you have DL men who choose to say, I'm not gay, I just like to fuck guys. Well, honey, what do you think being gay is? Like, there's no way you can convince me that this was a choice for me. It was never a fucking choice for me.
um, when um, when I find them people that says, um, I just like to fuck guys, I'm not gay or whatever. Yeah, I'll be like next, because I don't think
Shit.
I don't think sexual uh what was the question again?
Do you think sexuality is a choice?
No, I knew what I was answering.
Oh,
I just wanted to know what was the question again.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think sexuality is a choice because of uh, mostly what Irvin was saying. Um, and I, in my, I was maybe 20, and I was going into the gay life or whatever, but I was like, it's still wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I said, fuck that. I'm going to go straight or whatever, and I'm not going to deal with it or whatever. And you see how that turned out.
How did that work out?
That's
um,
what I mean. You can only ignore that part of you for so long before you start seeking it out, even in secret.
I say I ignored it for like maybe 6 months, but
I thought you were
Wow.
gonna say
The good
Right.
college try.
I thought it was like
that
six
was a good
years.
effort, friend.
My man said I gave it a good strong 6 months and I was sucking dick. He said,
I just
6 months later,
that
I
made
found a
me
fat boy and
curious.
was clapping some cheeks, baby. What can I tell you? I
Oh,
ain't
that
never
is
looked back.
funny. Continue here.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry.
So I tried.
But okay, so that leads me to this question. And anyone can answer this because we all have our religious things and things,
Can
we
you
all
let us finish responding to the first question?
Yeah, because
Cole hasn't talked, and
oh,
neither have I, friend.
well, y'all don't have to.
Yes,
First
we
of
do.
oh my God.
Put your shawl on and be quiet, Grandma.
Girl, I had to. It got cold. This blanket right up, honey. That cold ain't hit my arms. I said, "Oh Jesus!" You got to slap.
Okay, Shazam, can you?
Yes, go
Your
ahead. Stop
turn.
it.
Well, obviously, I don't think it's a choice per se. I think we're all predestined to be attracted to what we're attracted to. The thing is, the only choice is what we act upon. But otherwise, I think we like what we like. Um, I hate that it comes to a place where we have to decide whether or not we engage with anybody based on what kind of prejudice they might approach us with.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, don't we all just want to just be accepted and loved by anyone?
Right.
So why do I have to like go through this litmus test? Why does there have to be some kind of, I don't know, purity test or whatever for me to be involved with you? Why can't it just be like, hey, we have these things in common, we think alike, we like similar things. Why not see what can happen between us, regardless of whether or not I have my dick in the ass or whether my dick's been in vagina. Um, I don't see why that matters at all.
That's
So
fine.
when we get past all of that, I think we'd probably be in a better place. But until then, I don't know. And I do want to put out that I've experienced this on both sides of the fence, though, because it just seems to be a stigma against bisexuals in general. That either one's afraid that they can step out with the other sex and they're offended by that, or they're going to step out and bring something home that I don't want to deal with, or I'm not going to be enough. It's just always something.
I feel like those are the
Um,
top three things that you guys have to hear.
no, it's more because we say we hear we just like everything.
Well, you do like everything.
That's besides the point.
Some people are just sexual. It doesn't even. And I remember you said that just because somebody is actually with the opposite sex doesn't always mean that they're actually gay. Some people just like the feeling. It doesn't even have to be emotional or anything like that. So it's not always about the sexual or the gender. Sometimes it's just about the feeling. So I can understand that as well. Um,
Hemi?
Okay, so my take on it is, it just like you guys, I don't think sexuality is a choice. I think, especially maybe growing up when the majority of us did, like the 80s and the 90s, and it was, and like in society today is much more accepted to like the same gender and blah blah blah, uh, than it was when we were growing up. So those were things that like I fought against, like, and I it would be things like in high school when I would think a guy was attractive and I would say, but that doesn't make me gay because my mom and sister compliment ladies all the time and say she's so pretty. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just saying he's pretty.
Honey, the things we tell
And those
ourselves,
were the
honey.
things that's how I kind of
Man,
played
he gay.
away my attraction was like my mom and sister say girls are attractive all the time and they like boys. So I can say that about a boy. I'm just not gonna say it out loud to anybody, but he's an attractive guy. And that's kind of how I played the game. And um but at the end of the day, no, it's something that I couldn't get by. It's something I that was innately in me that I think was there since I was born. It wasn't a choice for me to like what I like. It was just always there. And whether I chose to suppress it like a lot of people do and not act on it, Eric held it down for 6 months.
Yeah.
Sometimes you try to suppress it, but in real life it's like at the end of the day, what you like is what you like. And you hear the stories about somebody who was married for 30 years and then they finally come out, whether it was a man or a woman, and they suppress this for so long because you have children or because society tells you that this is what it is. But at the end of the day, happiness comes with being true to you, I believe. And so it's not a choice you make, it's choosing to be true to yourself. And for me, that is a part of whatever your sexuality is, whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, LGBTQ plus QR XYZ, whatever you are. I think
I
I
just
don't think
barely
it's
say
a
QR
choice. I
code.
think it's innately in you. Whether you choose to act on it and be your authentic self is a choice that people make. But I think whatever is authentically you is there. It's it may be a choice to act on it. Is what I can say. But
Did
whatever is
any
authentically you is you, whether you're hiding it or out in the open with it.
did anyone else like myself try to pray the gay away?
Of course.
'Cause
Absolutely. Especially when
I
you grow
tell
up in
you,
the church. Absolutely.
yes, I
Oh,
had so much paraphernalia and Metro weekly magazines and things. And honey, I gave it one good college try and threw all that stuff in the garbage. And like Eric, I don't know, maybe like a whole year later, next thing you know, I was at a pride sucking dick. I don't know, I mean, like when it comes to religion, how impactful or how traumatizing do you guys feel it has been when dealing with your sexuality?
girl.
Right. Like again, how much time do you have? My look,
So
choir director. Do I need to go back?
yeah, I grew up in the church too, and as far as being sexual and at all,
Right.
I've always thought like, okay, I can't have these feelings, I can't have these thoughts, and so I've lived most of my life just being repressed about everything, and now I'm totally into BDSM, so here we are.
But
But do you feel like once you accepted who you were and put more authenticity into your life that you're at a happier place than you were maybe 30 years ago?
That's the fucked up thing. It's like I have spurts where I am accepting of myself, but then I have spurts where I go back into that shell where it's like, what am I doing? Like, is this right? What am I? Yeah, I have to question everything about my life choices and my direction and all this kind of shit. And then I have to remind myself, like, this is just some institutional bullshit that no one else even truly, really believes in. It's just indoctrinated in us to control us. And then maybe I can step out of that mind frame, but it's kind of a constant struggle.
I agree. I think it's all based on how we were raised and the things that your parents embed in you and the places they take you and the church you went to that still lies in you for the rest of your life. And it's sometimes a fight to say what is authentically me and what is it that was I was trained up to do. And I think that's sometimes a struggle that a lot of us have is this is what I was taught, but this is how I feel. And it's
like
definitely a battle.
I get that. Like for me, like it was weird though because from the time I was 15 until the time I was like I want to say 19, all of my sexual experiences predominantly were interwoven between the church and being in the church. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like because I was dealing with my choir director all that time. What?
Continue. Someone's at my door. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you're at home. I'll be right back.
Oh, Because I was dealing with my choir director from the time I was 15 onward, um, it was very much a mixed message life for me. Because while I was being taught and told that being gay was like the worst thing ever, I was having all of my sexual experiences with him. So it played a complete mind fuck on me for a long time and to trying to figure out me. You know what I mean? Because that was something that started, like I said, when I was 15 in my formative years, where I was just trying. I didn't even really understand sexuality at all, and I was put in a position where it wasn't a forced experience. It was all 100% consensual, but at the same time, I didn't mentally understand any realm of what the fuck was happening. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm being taught one thing and I'm experiencing something different, and I like what I'm experiencing. So now I'm being taught that what I like is bad. You understand what I'm saying? And you understand how that formulates and fucks up your mind when you're constantly in this position, you're being taught that what you like and what feels natural and good to you is bad. And meanwhile, your choir director, who's also supposed to be teaching or taught or whatever, is emphasizing that these things that you're being taught are bad feel good. So religion plays a very fucked up mind game with you when it comes to your sexuality. So there were a lot of times I just spent praying to not be gay because I did not want to deal with all the shit, the confusion. I didn't want to deal with any of it. But it's a part of me. And I had to realize it was a part of me. So to you all, same thing, how was that for y'all? Like Hemi, let me get with you. How was that for you? That struggle, that inner turmoil between your gay versus God.
Um, it was a struggle for a while because you go to churches who say it's wrong and you shouldn't do this, and but honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like once I stepped into who I'm supposed to be and I became okay with who I'm supposed to be, I am not big into church, but I'm very spiritual. Like I believe in the higher power. I believe in God, and I pray all the time. And I've seen God do produce miracles in my life, in real life. Um, but I just know my God loves me for me, and as long as I'm doing right by people and right by myself, I'm not concerned with anyone else's judgment. And that's just the place that I am now. But yes, it was a struggle growing up, which is why I was saying I would rationalize thinking a guy was cute by saying my mom and sister call girls cute, and so it's okay for me to call a boy cute, but I just can't say it out loud because other boys will think I'm gay, and so I won't say it out loud. But no, I get the struggle was real, and it was an internal thing. And I grew up in church. My granddaddy was the deacon. My grandma was the head of the usher board, and um, we went to church often, so it was a lot of a struggle, and sometimes that would make me like I had a maybe like 17, 18. Like first going off to college, I had this internal struggle like, is God real? And blah, blah, blah. And I started going to different churches. Because when my grandfather died, we kind of stopped going to church on a regular basis, maybe when I was like 12, 13. And so I started getting back into it on my own and researching things. And there were a lot of churches that I visited to see if I would like them that would say things about gay people going to hell. And I was like, oh, not the church for me. Let me get out of here. And then it just kind of got to a point where I was like, I can have a relationship with God and not have to go to church for me to know God and have a relationship with Him. So, but yeah, the struggle was a struggle. But I'm at a much better place with my spirituality and my sexuality than I've ever been probably in my life. So I'm at a good place.
Boys.
What was the
Don't
question?
everybody fly.
Right,
I'm
don't
like,
don't
don't
raise your hand at
everybody
once,
speak at
class.
once.
No, I was
So we were we
the
were. Oh, I'm sorry, I could give y'all a refresher.
no,
So
yeah, yeah.
we were segueing, taking Hemi's topic, his question, and we were kind of moving that into like a
Girl,
how
just tell
did.
me the question.
That's what I'm doing. I can't
No,
shorten everything.
because you could just say the question, friend.
I stop it. All of you, stop it
You're
right
giving all the background context. He just wants you to ask the question.
now. All y'all, stop it right now. Stop it. The question is, did you ever reach a point where you tried to pray the gay away? Like, how did religion affect you when it came to your sexuality? How did you deal with your own gay versus God moment? Because you were a deacon at one point, Eric.
Look at the things you learned. I didn't know you was a deacon, friend.
Oh, baby, he went full gung ho for a minute, honey, going to church every Sunday. He was a deacon and all that. They loved him.
Wait, what?
Loved him. Yes. Had a full Facebook page,
But
everything,
Sam, you
honey.
didn't know
What?
They,
I
they,
never, ever
Sam. How
in
did
yes,
my
wait?
they
life
loved
have
him.
heard this.
How have y'all never had this conversation?
This is how
Never.
this is how much I know of my big guy. He gave it a
Whoa.
Come on, spill these
good
beans, Eric.
he
Spill these
gave it a
beans.
good
So,
go. He gave it a good
um,
go.
I'm gonna ask you a question before I spill the beans. When was that in my life? Who was I staying with?
I think you were living with were you staying with your mom at that point?
Mm-hmm.
And that was right about when you first got back to Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
before you started getting set up in your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So are you
So I
saying you did
believe
that because of your mom?
My mother was a heavy influence on it.
Wow, that says so much right now. But
oh
okay.
no, Eric would admit he loves his mother.
No,
He's a good mother.
because um when my grandmother was alive, we was going to church. We stopped when she died.
Okay.
So um I thought she was getting back into the whole old habit. You know what I'm saying? So I was giving it a try. You know what I'm saying? So um we was a part of a small church or whatever. It was like it was like 8 people including us. And we was like
Oh, that's a coven.
I know. I'm like, that's not even a church,
That's like
John. That, that's
the
not even a
church my
church.
mom and them was at for a while. It was
um
Wow.
church family and them.
yeah. And so we went to church and our church was over and we was chilling, talking with the pastor or whatever, and he said, I got a deacon spot available, and it would take for you to get certified and everything, and you can be a deacon.
And you love a title. Hmm.
Huh? You say what?
I
And he
said you
loves the
love a
title.
title.
Um, so I was like, yeah. So that's how I went. I took the test, I passed or whatever. So I was a deacon for a year of my life or two or whatever. But once I got not even the year. Uh yeah. Um uh tw- tw- uh, tw- 8 months, 9 months. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Um. So now I need to know what the question was again.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull a Hemi. I'm so confused. I'm so
No,
confused.
no,
Were you?
because I'm
He's
not.
saying, were you trying to pray the gay away, like you're
Oh
the
no,
struggle?
okay. So yeah. So not really. Um, I just well, if I was trying to um mute your if I was trying to pray the gay way, it was early in my life. Maybe when I was in like the 10th grade or 12th grade or whatever. But I I I just accepted that's uh who I was. Like when I did that 6 months and I
Y'all know he took off 2 months. You know that, right? It went from 8 to 6 really quickly.
Oh no, he said 8 months as a
no
deacon. He talking about
no
his 6 months of being straight.
no it was
Oh, okay. I was thinking of
yeah
being straight. Okay,
yeah
I got you.
when I did that 6 months, and I was like, "Oh, this is me. This is who I am."
Basically, I'm horny, bitch.
He
Fuck
stood
this.
on that. He stood on it. He said, "This is me. This is it."
So yeah,
So
um,
wait, actually, did a fat ass just cross your path, and you was like, "Damn, he looks sexy," and that was all it took?
no, because I knew I was gay. Well, I knew I liked men when I saw my grandfather. I saw my grandfather um, at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Naked.
Yeah,
Don't
naked.
that
Right, I'm
always
about to say you
happen,
saw
don't it?
your granddaddy what? Okay.
Oh no, yeah, naked. And
Wait, is he built like
that's
you?
yeah. But he was dark skinned.
Hey,
Um,
granddaddy.
Sit
uh,
down,
Girl.
dear.
uh,
So
yeah.
gross.
Uh, but yeah. Yeah, he was dark skinned. Had a anyway. Um,
Yeah,
Translation,
don't
nice
go back
dick.
there. Yeah, stay
uh,
here.
um, yeah. I forgot what the question was
Oh
again.
God. Let's move
Yeah,
away from
he
Eric. Your
reminiscing.
turn is
Yeah.
I
over.
know.
Bye.
Yeah, we're good. We got you,
No,
dog. We love you.
so when I started talking or whatever, you say, "Ooh, tell me the story to that," and I go off on a tangent on talking about the story, and I forget what I was saying.
You're telling good stories, but at the same time, it's like I it's like, okay, come back to the point. But it's like, what was the point? I was like, ah, get it?
That's the
Well,
name of
that's
the
the
podcast.
show.
That's
Right, I said, get it? Yeah. You got- Eric, you're awesome. I love you. Hear me.
We still
I'm a-
have two more questions to get to, y'all. So we gotta wrap
oh
this
yeah,
one up.
you two.
I'll call gay versus God. What's your answer?
yeah.
I think I answered that first.
Oh, did you go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's segue into question 3. Who wants to
Right.
go next? Cole or Carnage? I mean Shazam or Carnage. Let's
Either one.
segue this into the next question.
Ooh, child.
For Nugget, add another question on top of a question.
Please do.
I
Uh,
mean
I need
Kyrie.
to get a bottle of water because I'm about to die.
Did y'all have a question first of all?
uh,
I know. No, I know Carnage was on the struggle bus with a question. So,
I got
come on now.
Right, you know
um.
what I'm saying?
So if y'all
Carnage,
can go,
kick it.
oh my god. Anyway,
Uh,
I'm sorry.
um, if y'all could go anywhere in the world and do one thing, what would it be?
But that is a good ass question. I can't think of shit. That's a good ass question.
I I I just thought of this like when we was recording this show. So yeah, but that's my question.
well, you answer it first so we could think about it because we didn't have no time
Right,
to think
like
about it.
Uh,
So
that's
you
a
go
big
wait,
first.
question, Eric.
wait.
How do you go from no question to a question that big?
This is that big.
It's not that big,
No,
but I
no.
think.
Well, no. Well, it
Anywhere in the
will.
world and do one thing?
Well, anywhere in the world. I'll say. I'll say. I want to go to Japan, or yeah, Japan and visit PlayStation. And give them my ideas for a game.
What does your
It's so
game consist of?
Um,
shooting, killing.
Right.
yeah, 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 yeah. But it would be uh 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 m-
Don't
uh
give too much now. You don't want nobody to watch this and take your idea.
it would be James Bond aspect of it. I'll
Oh,
I'll just say that.
Oh, game stolen. All right, there you go. Let's start. You gave too much too soon. God damn it.
All right.
No.
The question is open.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Shazam, you want to go? Go ahead.
Either or. Well, I guess I'm talking now, but
All right, I'm like, you could go.
it's nothing major. But one of the last things I've wanted to do is I've always wanted to go to London and club. I want to go to London, go to a good rave, and just lose myself, dance my ass off, sweat till I'm just drenched, and I don't know, it just be done. Just I just want to let go, live out loud, and just release everything I've been dealing with for all these years on the damn dance floor and just get it over with. You know, that's one of I've always thought about that. But yeah, it's simple, simple.
Um, Mine I kind of did already. That was like at the top of my bucket list. Like I have other things, but like my big, I did in 2019. Like my big thing was that I wanted to go somewhere tropical where the water was clear and you could see to the bottom of the water was clear blue and you could see to the bottom of the
Whatever
I don't know if we were in
body
the
of water
ocean.
it is.
I don't know. But and like just lay on a beach and relax. And I got to do that in 2019. I went to Grand Caymans and it's one of the most peaceful places I've ever been. And that was just always one of the things on the top of my list to go somewhere tropical and with white sand and just lay on the beach and like sand in Grand Caymans is different from sand in um like Florida. Like Florida sand is the worst. Like it's gonna be
Just the
all in you.
Walmart of sand.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be everywhere on you. It's gonna be under your balls when you take your shorts off. Like it just is everywhere. And the sand in Grand Caymans was more what you think sand is supposed to be, and it didn't stick to you the way like the Florida sand does. But it was just one of my like bucket list moments that I crossed off, and I just truly enjoyed. I do want to go to Africa though, just to see, the motherland. But yeah, the tropical thing was like number one on my list. Kyrie,
Mm. Excuse me. Oh my god, because I was thinking about so many places while you guys were talking.
Atlanta. I know you have big dreams.
Oh my god.
No,
I
go
love a hip hop, honey. No, stop.
He'd just be a
Uh,
cliche in Atlanta though, anyway.
ahead.
No, I think honestly, I would probably. I'm not necessarily paying back on Carnages, but I would go to Japan. But that's 'cause I love Japanese culture. Not just it goes beyond anime. Like I love tokusatsu. I love the food. I love just everything about Japanese culture. I think it's so cool. I have a friend there named Linus that I've known for God, as long as I think I've been here. And it would be so cool to go to Japan and meet him and, have him show me around, go to Akihabara. And he loves food. We talk about food, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. And his Instagram is always full with different types of food and stuff like that. So it's always different places we talk about. He would show me. And the cool thing is, he was born here in California, but he lives in Japan because his family is from there or from a certain part of Japan. So he moved back so he could be closer to his family. That's why he lives there now. So since he already was born here in America, he knows how to speak English. So it would be cool to go have an English speaking friend that lives in Japan that can also speak Japanese. Then they can help guide me around.
Fran, what's Ikea I don't know. What is that?
So Akihabara is the geek nerd anime area of Japan.
Oh, okay.
So that's where, they have the anime shops, the manga and bara shops and yaoi and all things like that. So if you are an anime lover of any kind, tokusatsu lover, things like that, your Godzilla, your Big Ones, your Super Sentai, Kamen Riders, Ultraman, you know what I'm saying, your anime girls, all that stuff you would find in the Akihabara uh, area. Akihabara is so popular. They had an unofficial Super Sentai created in honor of that space called Akiba Rangers. And it was three people who imagined themselves as Sentai. And Akihabara was like where they, would hang out. So Japan, like there are a lot of places I would go, but Japan would have to be the number one. Like Japan would definitely be the number one.
Well, alrighty then. Everyone answered the question. We have one last question to go. Let's see what Shazam has on his mind.
I can see it now. With the current climate of today, how do we feel about the Republican Party? And it's just like, good God, my man. I'm, kidding. I'm, jo- I'm joking. I love you. I love you. Don't kill me.
Um, Go Queen. Anyway. Uh,
see, see, it was going to be political. Look at it.
but no, it's not political. But in vain of what you were saying, it is kind of where I was going in a way.
Because I
But
know you.
shut up, you don't know shit. Anyway, but it does have to do with current events. So I'm not sure if everybody's been plugged into the timeline, but there's been a lot going on with Shannon Sharp lately.
Oh, my God.
The Unk has been doing a lot.
Can I get a bottle of water? I have a lot to say about this dude.
Oh,
I
cool.
just, because,
So
yeah, he ain't too fucking
this,
sharp.
despite whether or not he might be guilty or if he's being railroaded, whatever, I think the main question that's been on everyone's head is the age disparity involved
20
in the
fucking years old.
situation. So I've been wondering, what does everybody feel about dating outside of their age range? I would say age range is typically what around within 5 years would be the norm. I would think. I'm
Mhm.
guessing. So, and it's a really curious question for me, especially with our community because of the things that we deal with. It's a lot harder for us to be social when it comes to having a sexual relationship or relationship in general. So at times we have to like go outside our age range because that might be who's looking or who's available based on our situation as far as society goes. So is there an age range that's acceptable or not acceptable for you to date or either have sexual relationship with?
I
Um,
personally am a big for me. It's usually like 10 years below, 10 years above, maybe for me. I just if it's a random bust down, it could
I mean,
be a different age, but
not a
I
random,
Random
a
really
bust
am.
random
down.
buster.
I really cannot see, like, at the age I am now. I can't see even a random moment happening with somebody who's 21. Like, it would just feel like I'm old enough to be your dad. I don't know. I just don't want to do this with you. And, like, as far as dating, like, nobody in their 20s is going to have anything in common with me. I don't care what anybody says. We ain't going to know the same music. We ain't going to talk the same. Like, I have nieces and nephews who are in their early 30s and late 20s. And half the time they talking to me, I'm like, what are you saying? Like, and they have to explain, oh, you don't know what this word means? No, I don't. Or I say something and they say, what's that mean? Because they don't understand me. So I in dating someone, I would like someone within my generation who can understand, who gets what I get, who knows the TV shows I know, the movies I know, the music I know, the terminology that I know is just, for me, a place of comfort. I don't want to feel like I have to teach you everything with somebody who's young or somebody way older than me who feels like they need to teach me something. Like, I don't like those type of dynamics, um, for me. But that's kind of my thought.
I'm gonna pull an Eric. Repeat the question. Because my my brain, I heard it, and no, I heard it, and then hear me. I was listening to you, and then all of a sudden, it just like tweets, just like clicks and whistles for like. I just like I lost my brain. Shannon Sharp, age difference. He's stupid. Okay, so basically,
No, the question was not really
no,
about Shannon Sharp.
no, I
So
get it.
you're
It's about
aware.
the age difference. I just had to remember why it
Yes.
was coming up, and again, he's stupid. Um, so here's the thing. I look at it like this. I have to be able to relate to you, period. If we are not within the age range of relatability, it's not going to work. And that's just how I look at it. Um, I can't do anybody younger than 35. That's just kind of my thing. Because I feel like, 35, roughly, actually, I could probably swing maybe 30 because I'm a geek and, there's some relativity there. But 35 is used like, and it does fluctuate depending on my age. I'm 43. So while 35 is the lowest, 58, 59, that's like the highest. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be a range of relatability, whether it comes to sex,
He
whether it
just
comes
changed
to
this age range, y'all. This yesterday when we had a conversation.
no, I
The
didn't.
age range was like 40 to 50, and I don't want nobody else.
No, the
I
age range has always been 35 to 55. Per our conversation, I just gave it like 4 more years in the upward direction. That's all.
okay.
So there. But anyway,
He doesn't cut
no,
out any
but
thirst.
still, now I will say the random bust down. You got to be at least 21, at least 21, and I can kind of be all right. But I gotta be twisted to know that you're that young and be okay with getting down. I got to be in the mind frame of like, this is happening once. You can call me Stella, and then we can forget this whole thing ever happened.
But that's always your mind frame.
Oh,
No, it is not. No, truly, it is not.
The lies.
No, you just want to be shady. Anyway,
It's not
so
shady if it's true.
anyway,
Let me
so so I agree with Henry to a certain extent. maybe the 10 years down, 10 years up thing. Okay, I kind of get that, but at the end of the day, there has to be relatability, even when it comes to sex. You can be young, but I still gotta have there's still gotta be some relatability. But that's just me. I don't want to go too far into because I'm going to talk about Shannon Sharp and all that other shit because I have an opinion about that. Because that's just an example of stupidity with money,
Oh
and
wait,
that's
you
all
said you wasn't
that
gonna talk about it. Go ahead, Carnage.
is.
I felt you about to go down that pathway for him. Let me just shut you down. You literally just said, I'm not going to talk about it. And then you started talking about it. Carnage, take it away. What's your
Uh,
answer?
uh, get the camera off him.
Right.
um, so what was the question? No, I'm
Oh,
playing.
God. Oh.
So I don't think it's it's a uh, it's a age difference or whatever. I feel like if you can relate to the person, you can relate to the person. So I don't feel I feel the relatability is different. I'll say that.
Short and to the point. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Uh, um, like yeah, like um, I can go on the difference of the relatabilities, but like that's a different show. So yeah, I
As long as you're old enough to get your cheeks bust down, he's down. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. As long as you're old enough to get your cheeks bust down, he's there for the ride. That's what we're like. All right.
Wow. I'll add some nuance though, since I didn't really answer my own question. Um, I think
I'm
there,
just messing with you, Carnage. You know that.
I think there is a age limit theoretically. Like I said, I kind of try to stay within 10 years, but every now and again there comes somebody that has advanced maturity that you might step out your age range for. So it kind of like steps into the lane that Carnage was mentioning. If there's a way that you can relate, then that's fine. But I don't know. Even then, it still comes a point where there's a barrier. So I tend not to even be attracted to younger guys at all. I typically just go for older, and it's usually a thing if somebody's even within my age range that I'm dealing with them. So, but there have been like a couple of rare cases where I've stepped out and gone younger. But
Well, aren't you older, the older one in your relationship right now?
yes, I am the oldest one in the
What
relationship.
made you?
Shut up.
What made?
This
I
bitch
know. I'm
couldn't
not.
wait.
No, I'm not
This
being
Right.
shady. I'm not being shady. I was about to ask.
um,
So, what made you be able to accept the younger person in this relationship?
he only older by 5 years.
I know, but he said he goes for older. So that's what I was
Uh,
he's still an
saying. He
old
would
bitch.
typically go for older. So that, regardless of how the difference, I'm just wondering, like, what was it that made you say I can go younger this time?
It was honestly circumstantial. Um, shut up. So I'm gonna be
Well,
that
he just happened to be here, so
Okay.
kind of, to be honest.
that's what he's thinking. It sounded like
So,
it was circumstantial. Well,
so the
I was woke up
backstory.
one morning, his big ass was next to me. I'm like, fuck it.
No, 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 it wasn't even like that. The backstory is that we met many years ago by chance, just a crossing paths kind of thing. I was dating someone that was a mutual friend, and I was helping another friend move. But years later, we reconnected through my former husband. Like they met up somehow, kicked off a friendship, and we met through them.
Mhm.
And that's kind of
Okay.
how just kind of steamrolled into what it is now.
Don't lie, there was
without
somebody
adding
was.
all the details, but yeah.
Don't get me out here. Start, somebody
Shut
was
up.
spanking somebody's behind.
That happens on occasion. But anyway.
TMI. I'm glad
Out
the viewers
of
can
my
get to
bedroom.
know us.
Anyway.
The viewers can
Stop
get
being
to
a
know us.
Republican. Anyway.
Look, I like the color red, but that ain't my shit. What the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
You like it on your cheeks anyway.
I mean, but that's with consent. Safety word is strawberry.
No.
I thought it was
Wow.
cornucopia.
Bitch, the fact you remember that shit, the fact that you remembered that is fucking hilarious to me. I thought it was cornucopia. Wait a minute. I said I switch it up. I said I like to switch. I don't keep the same word. Honey. Cornucopia, strawberry, esophagus. One of the words will work. What do I always say? Choke me, slap me, beat me, as long as you pay me. Okay.
Whore.
I know. Oh my god. I think this. It's very. As long as you are in the proper mental and physical age and consensual age, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? But that's really I can't I want to say more, but that's kind of really what it is. As long as you are in the right consensual, physical, mental place and age, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You just have to be able to take on the responsibilities of being in that place, which usually you find someone of a younger age, they don't have that. Or it's like Cole said, like a unicorn. They may have it, but they don't have all of it. And I'm at a point in life where I'm not just out here fucking youngins because that's pointless. And I do tend to go towards more older guys because you lean towards more of a want of stability, more of a want of someone to just be able to be around and enjoy quality of time. You can find that in younger folks. I'm not saying that you can't, but it is rare. It is rare. But that's just my opinion. So, are we? How are we feeling? Because this was an episode here.
I feel like we learned the plan worked. We learned some things about people.
Right. Some
This was a
revelations.
QT.
Reverend
Right.
Deacon
This was
Dr.
very
D up in
QT.
this
I think.
bitch.
Yes,
Right.
I feel deeper with you all. I do in the bottom of my
Yes.
depths, right here, under
Yes.
the left
We'll
breast.
have to do this type of episode again where we come up with some more questions because this got things out of us that I wasn't expecting to hear. So I'm very pleasantly surprised with how these 4 little questions worked out. So,
Yeah, real talk.
so I think on that
Alrighty.
wrap it up.
Yeah, so we're ready to bring this bad boy
Ease on
into a
down the road.
close. All right.
The music muting him or is his microphone muting him, Cole?
I think someone's
It
trying
was the
to play
music.
me.
I
Someone's
was
trying to play me out
trying
early.
to catch it before you started talking, but you know how he is.
I'll start over. Okay, like I said before, we thank you all so much for this wonderful episode, for being a part and learning with us. And like I said, we look forward to doing this again. And if you want to support us, you can go to our website, what'sthepointpod.com. There you can look at old episodes. You can listen to old episodes. You can learn a little bit about Hemi, Carnage, Shazam, and myself. And also, if you want to support us, you can go to artisticwizardrystudios.com. We have a lot of great designs there also, and be on the lookout for merch.
Break the
And
mold
Hemi,
and
my
be
friend,
bold.
thank you. I forgot that. I forget something every sign off.
It's on the screen. That's the only reason
I would look at the screen this time. Look at the camera this time. As we always like to say, break the mold and be bold. Hemi, my friend, can you please tell everybody where they can listen to us?
Hey, everybody, you can listen to us every morning at 11 a.m. on Thursdays on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. We're there.
And if you want to watch us, you can watch us every Friday morning at 11 a.m. on YouTube and again on what'sthepointpod.com. Thank you once again for being with us. This was an amazing episode. And Hemi, my friend, please tell everybody what they can do.
Stay classy. Bye, y'all.
Holla. See you later. Woo, Lord, have mercy.
Wait, remember we got to be frozen until Shazam say we done. Any day now, Shazam.
Right, like, I mean, damn, motherfucker, you don't roll credits for shit. Send this motherfucker frozen for fucking 15 minutes, bitch.